Good morning, everyone. This is Paul Cones. Glad you can join us. It's 8:30 on the dot, and so some of your folks may come in a little bit later, but we are recording this webinar, so you can share that with them later if you'd like. I will tell you this is maybe one of my shortest webinars I'll be giving, but it may be one of the most important because what we've been able to do is make it easier for the examiner to be able to cut and paste or copy and paste the links of the documents into their title commitments. So we're very excited about this. I know our staff's very excited about it. And what we've done is try to make it as easy as possible to do that. And by doing this, it's actually going to have some other benefits. So by being able to copy and then paste right into your commitment means you're going to have less typing errors, and that's important. Also, you can share those title commitments with other people, and it sends the docs along with the commitments. There's no need to send a separate list of documents from your commitment itself. Now, people may need to get used to receiving it that way, but once they receive it that way, we think they'll love it. Occasionally, you'll have an older document, an old volume of page document you'll need to send to the customer separate from the electronic documents, but again, you're not going to send a whole separate deed restriction list. Also, that you don't have to worry about the file size. Of course, sending these big documents to the internet sometimes will jam up someone's email, and then they say, well, I didn't receive my documents. But if they're embedded into the commitment, that's not an issue. Also, it just provides easier access to the documents for your clients. So if you're sending a commitment out to someone and they receive that commitment and they're able to simply click on those deed restriction documents, boy, that makes their life so much easier. So when I do a deed restriction search, let's say this is my sample search that I'm bringing up, and I can see, looking on the the right-hand side, you'll see the header at the top says copy, and then there's a pipe, and then it says image. So if you click on the copy, it will appear that nothing has happened. But what you've done is you've actually copied that link. And to pull up the actual document from the run sheet, you just click on the image on the run sheet on the internet, and you're looking at the image. So essentially, I'm creating a title commitment in RamQuest or SoftPro, whatever it might be, and I've got all these lists of different documents that I'm putting into my Schedule B items. I'm referencing the plat. I'm referencing all the deed restriction documents. Further in the commitment, I'll be referencing the easements and so on. So if I want to copy this link over to RamQuest, then I can just left click on the where it says copy, and then I'm simply pasting that into RamQuest. Now, the way it's built now is it doesn't actually carry the hyperlink into RamQuest. So what you would do is you'd create your commitment and display your document as a Word document, and then you would drop your links in there. So again, I would have the RamQuest open. I would copy this. I would just simply paste it in and replace all of these numbers. Again, you're not carrying a hyperlink, but you are able to very quickly be able to paste those numbers directly into your commitment. So there's less typing involved in having to type all those numbers, and again, worrying about transposing a number. And then once I've created my Word document in a commitment, then I've got my Word document here. And again, I'm just going through the process of copying and pasting in there. So again, we don't have the plats connected to all the counties, but for instance, in Harris County, we do. So essentially, once I pull up the plat, I can just paste that in. Or if I'm pulling up the deed restrictions or the easements, whatever they might be, then I'm able to do that. So again, it's pretty easy. You just pull up your documents. You want to be able to hyperlink. You click on the file number one time, left click. It's not a double click. By clicking on it one time, you've already copied it, and then you just simply paste it into the commitment. So these are questions that you might have. Does the hyperlink work when pasting into the RamQuest or SoftPro? No, not yet, but we have been trying to do some due diligence with RamQuest, and perhaps they will add that as a feature within the RamQuest software. Certainly, I think it would bolster their software, and SoftPro may have that feature. We don't use software in our shop, so I wouldn't know about that. But does the hyperlink work when pasting to the commitment in the MS Word? Yes. Essentially, you're generating the commitment in a Word document. You're copying and pasting the active links right into from the title plant right into the record. It does save the links into the run sheet also that you're dropping into Word. So if you've saved your run sheet into Word, then you can just take that run sheet that's in a Word format and still be able to cut and paste straight into the commitment itself. Now, the great thing about working off of the active web page is that you simply click one time and it's already copying it, and then you just go over and paste it. So let's just go ahead and kind of show you how it works. So essentially, I've got a commitment over here on the left-hand side. I'm looking at Schedule A. I see that on the right-hand side, I've got the run sheet that I've been building. So I'm just going to click on that 556052. I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm just going to right-click paste, and it's pasting it in there. And then if I scroll down, I've got these other records I'm going to be highlighting. So again, click one time, go over here, go to the file number that I want to paste. Now, my IT guy showed me this morning that if I do this merge the formatting, and I have my same font size, then it will paste it without that kind of a little bit of a background color that comes off of the run sheet. It's not really that big a deal, but it's just, and again, I'm just going through, very easily, just going in, just pasting these, one after another. And again, I would do this until I've, completed building the run sheet. So now you'll notice that on the run sheet itself, that there is a dot number here. So if you're working off of volume and page number and you need to type the word volume in front and then page after it, you can manipulate. If I wanted to take out the dot that's in between there, I can do that just by scrolling back and then just taking the dot out. It doesn't remove the hyperlink. So again, any of these documents that I want to open, I just click on the document. Now that I've got it in my commitment, it'll ask me, yes, do you want to open this? And yes, I want to open it. And and it'll open my document, which actually dropped down to the bottom here. So here's my document. Or if I wanted to, again, open this particular plat that I've already pasted in, and I just click on the plat, and now it's dropping it into the internet, so it may drop it down to the bottom of the page. You see where it says PDF, and then I open it and I'm looking at the plat. So it's really that simple. I mean, I again can go back to my report, scroll down here if I wanted to. Let's say within the commitment here, I've got an easement document that I wanted to paste in, and I just go in here. There's my easement document. It's an X630, so on. Go in here, paste that in, highlight it first, right click, paste. There's my document. And then again, if I want to open that document, I just click on it, and I've got the document right there. So it's really that simple. I would invite you. You do have a question board there on your dashboard. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me now. I will tell you, this is something our staff has been asking for some time. It's something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time, and again, to just think about your customers, and when they receive that commitment, they're looking at the commitment itself. They're not having to worry about some separate document over here. They're having to flip through and open the actual documents themselves. They're able to look at the commitment, simply click on the documents themselves. And again, we think this is pretty easy to be able to do this. It probably takes a little bit of training on the part of your staff, but the ability to simply just click on the document itself and then just highlight whatever it is that you wanted to replace it with, and then just either paste it. You can use that merge formatting. If you do that, it removes that background that I was kind of pointing out before. And so That's just something else to keep in mind. That you notice I can just do the, I can just, down here, I wanted to replace this one. When I use my right click to paste, if I just use that paste, it'll keep that kind of the coloring on the background. But if I merge it into this, use the merge formatting format, it takes that white color because it's really matching whatever the document is that, or the format of the Word document that I've got in front of me. So, so here's a question. Can you repeat the part about adding the Word's volume and page to the hyperlink? So, for instance, if this document right here, let's say, for instance, if I was looking at a document and this, I wanted to type in volume and page. So let me just go back up here. So let's look at this clerk file number right here. So I'm just going to, I'm going to click outside of this, and then I'm just going to kind of use my arrow button to kind of move over a little bit. And I'm going to say, let's say I was typing a volume and page. I would say, you know, as shown in volume, and then I'm just going to page over 556, page 52 of the map records of Harris County, Texas. Then anywhere I click in here, boom, it's going to open that document. So it's, and again, if I had pasted it in, you know, with that, the other way where it removed that background, I don't know how much that shows to you, but so again, volume 556, page 52. Once you get it in there, you can manipulate it just by tabbing over, just you know, just arrowing over, if you will. It gets a little tricky because if you click on it, then it's going to want to open the document. But if you just click outside of it and then just arrow over to whatever it is you want to add, then you can just add, you know, add that language and just continue your typing. So let's see here. What about the older documents on the commitment? Are we able to get those? So again, if you had an older document, like if we look at this commitment here, and there's some oil and gas information I think on here that's referring back to a minerals volume 2971, page 257. Since we don't have that as part of the searchable title plant, because this is older than the electronic title plant, you would not be able to actually create a hyperlink to that. Now, that's something in the future we'd love to explore, but right now that's just not available. Someone is asking about whether or not it's set up for SoftPro. Essentially, what you're doing, whether you're in SoftPro or if you're in RamQuest, is that you're generating a Word document here. But what we want to be able to do with a SoftPro or RamQuest is make it so you would be able to carry those hyperlinks over. You can actually carry the hyperlinks over on RamQuest, but it displays the very long string, which is a hyperlink to the document itself, which makes the document look really kind of cumbersome. You know, you don't want to see that. You want to see when you're typing your commitment, essentially what we're looking at here, just a cleaner kind of look where it's hiding the hyperlink, because the hyperlinks are very, I mean, it can be like 200 characters long, and it just makes your commitment you're typing look a little bit weird. So the question is, okay, so I've got my hyperlinks in here. Do they stay here? So yes, they do. So from here, I wanted to share this with someone. I'm going to share it with myself. So I'm going to send this as an email, as an attachment. I believe my email may be on the other page, but I'm going to send this to P. Cones. Then I'll go to my email. Okay, that's the email I'm opening. And there's my hyperlinks right there. And you can see kind of the little funny things I did there with my typing, but there's all your hyperlinks. They're carrying with the commitment. That's the whole key. I mean, that's the bottom line, is that wherever your commitment goes, there goes your documents too. So let's see here. Yes, the other question, can you save this to PDF? Certainly, if you don't want people manipulating your commitment. So from here, I want to save this. So I just say file, or I would print, depending on how you like to do it, but I could print this as a PDF, Adobe PDF, and then say print, and I'm assuming that'll drop right up on my screen here, but essentially your hyperlinks should carry right over to the Adobe PDF. I'm seeing a not responding up here, so I don't know if I've got this set up right, but anyway, now that should carry right over. We've been doing some testing here, and as far as I know, that hadn't been an issue as far as carrying that over to a PDF. And I believe that's about it as far as the questions. So certainly feel free to give us a call if you do have any questions. We are again recording this webinar, so we'll be sharing this with folks. And again, any suggestions y'all have for us, how we might be able to make this better or make your life easier, certainly let us know, and be happy to entertain those. So very good. Have a good day today, and hope you use these hyperlinks. Thanks a lot. Bye.